Good evening, friends. How are you doing? Misha and I were just backstage, just chopping it up about something that had nothing to do with the. I was like, "Let's go. We can talk all day." And then I put the long timer on instead of the 20-second time.
Right. It gave me enough time to put up my post on my
Exactly.
community
I
wall.
was
So I was
like,
like,
I'm like,
okay.
sister, put the 20-second timer on instead of the 60. Anyway, hey y'all, let's get it going. Let's get it going. This show. Woo, goodness. Okay, we're starting with the O and the Charlie of it all, and the Charlena. Yeah, this opening scene was kind of funny. Uh, this his I'm just looking at his facial expression, and he don't like somebody else flirting with his girl, but then he doesn't like what then he's not doing right. So go ahead, Misha. What do you think? What did you think of this?
This was good. So I was actually Team Otis this whole episode. And okay, first, before we get into Otis and all that, I'm very big on words. So words matter. Here's the thing, is Charlana weak for this? Is she weak because she doesn't want to go back on a date with Odell Beckham's twin, his little cousin?
Yeah.
Because here's my thing, all the man said was, what is it going to take for me to get you to leave your dude? He did not
Hmm.
promise her commitment, courtship, a relationship. He gave her nothing. He gave her no foundation. So for me, when he said that to me, it was kind of like saying, what can I do to get a night alone with you?
Mm.
That's what I
I,
took it as.
I hear the
So
translation.
so
I hear
I
the
can understand Otis saying he sees you as a weak woman. He sees you as someone that will fold easy. And Dr. Nicole said a similar thing. She didn't use the word weak, but she said you're giving this Odell Beckham Jr. guy too much credit. Because it's basically you're saying that you feel if you go on another date with him, there's a possibility that things might go too far, which is saying that you will fall weak to him. What is the definition of
So,
weak? Let's
so here's the
let's
thing.
get
Here's
into
the thing. I hear
weak.
what you're saying. I hear what you're saying about Odell's cousin, because I I actually, when Otis said weak, I said I don't think he means the word weak, but he means that you're gonna. What can I do to get you, like you said, alone for the night? He's like, he's just trying to see how can I manipulate you, or how can I. So I agree with you on that. That's not necessarily what he meant by weak. He's not looking at you as weak minded or naive or something like that. He's saying that how can I manipulate you? So I do think I do hear you on agreeing with Otis in this situation, because I was like, I don't think he means weak, but he's just using. I said, oh
But
Otis.
what is the
Oh,
definition
no.
of weak? The definition of weak is that you're liable to break or give way under pressure. You're easily
You're
damaged.
easily manipulated. That's what I was thinking that Otis
Yes.
was saying. Not,
So
yeah,
she's
easily. Well,
her
how can I?
words, I think Charlana's words, she wasn't really defending herself right. Like her words were like she I don't know. I
That's what
don't
I'm
know, but
saying.
I just feel like Charlana, maybe that's not what she was trying to go for.
No,
But
I think
Otis
that
is right.
Charlana wasn't trying to say weak, but she was saying that he was
She
really
weak.
coming on strong with the flirting. And Otis was saying, oh, so he looks at you as weak. So he was coming, and we agree with that. Odell was coming on strong with the flirting, but Otis was like, he looks at you as weak minded. Like, how can I manipulate this girl? How can I, and she's just some whatever type of girl. And I said, Otis, he doesn't mean the word weak. I said, you should have been better at how you worded that. And I agree. What's her name? Dr. Ponytail. She was saying, I'm sorry, y'all. Last week I was so good at calling her real name. What? And now I'm back
Dr.
to
Nicole.
Dr. Nicole. And I watched it back. I said, I called her Dr. Nicole this whole episode. I was so proud of me. But this time, yeah, what's her name? Dr. Nicole kind of said the same thing. And she's like, do you understand what he means?
Just
That's not what I
different
meant at all.
verbiage,
That's not
but
what I meant at all. The
she
verbiage,
was saying the same thing.
the,
And I got what Otis was saying. I don't I,
wait, stay tuned reviews. The Charlana is for the streets, going out with great value. Odell Beckham again is foul. I might give you that because I was like, why pick him again? I think that she was attracted to him and she
But
knew
that's what I said
that
I said that the review before, that she's going to pick him again.
she's gonna
She's
pick him
going
again.
to
Oh
go
no,
on
we knew
another
that.
date with him. I
We
think
knew that. Hmm.
so. Otis and Charlana very much remind me of Olajuwon and Katina from Married at First Sight.
Hmm.
Like the boy,
Oh, Olu. I
his
call it, just call him
approach
Olu.
is wrong, but what
Right.
he's saying isn't wrong. Like there's some truth to what the things he says about Katina. And I feel like it's the same here. It's just maybe the approach, the history. I think the history between them two really affects her ability to be able to take any type of advice or
Criticism.
hear anything he has to say. But like they mirror each other to me. It's like he's not 100% wrong. There's a little truth there. You can take a
There's-
little bit from that.
just like Olu and Otis, they both, the way they're approached, the way they talk to their women is wrong. So
Mhm.
the the verbiage he used, he should not have used. He looks at you as weak. And he could have just said, I think he's trying to manipulate you and see how he can and he see how he can, get you alone for the night. But yeah, we didn't see any type of great conversation between Odell Beckham and her. It was all
No, none at all.
not at all. Yeah. And Olu do be talking trash. So who we got next? Oh gosh. Okay, I actually want to go before this scene.
Shay,
Shay,
yes.
thank you. Shay said, I'm actually hold on, I'm not gonna say nothing. When she comes to the door, I just hope you have a great date. I'm gonna stand back and I'm gonna wait. I hope you have a great date. This girl said, hi, how are you doing? Come in, have a sit down. I just want to go over some rules. First of all, no touching, no texting, no, DMing. What was the other one? Do you remember, Misha?
No touching.
Hmm. None of that.
Do
And
I need to demonstrate? Would you like an
would
example?
you like an example? No, I got it. And then she walked away in them shorts, and that girl had a fit, and her eyes were saying it all. First of all, I actually thought that her outfit was cute. I did. I mean, they were a little short, but to me, it was like that's what they do.
Yeah.
Like the other girls had their breast out. That's what that's. Why are you surprised? So after that, to me, I absolutely I hear what Dr. Nicole was saying because to me, instead of giving him rules and you're trying to control the situation, you need to see how he acts without your rules. It should be a given. This man should be walking in integrity. He should not DM her. He knows his history and he shouldn't do it at all. So for you to have to lay down, and why are you laying down ground rules with her? This date that this first time he met her, that's your man. Why aren't you talking to him about it?
Right.
So that was my whole issue with it. Why would you even take time to sit down with some woman that you don't even know from Adam? That this is a given. This is the conversation that you should have had with your man a long time ago. These are all things that he should already know, and that's it. That's my 2 cents about that beginning of that. Um, their date was cute. It was flirting. Uh, They I think they talked about, oh yeah, this is where they talked about baby daddy. He actually called the man her, so with you and your baby daddy, so how did you work that out? And she said, well, he actually has a child with somebody else, and she and I are good friends. I was like, wow, okay. And what's his name? Fonzie.
Lonzo?
Yeah, he didn't. I don't think he actually really understood how to take that. I don't think that he understood how that would work. So go ahead. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree. I think Shay really thought she was doing something because she smiled and she was polite, but it's like you still not listening to Dr. Nicole. Like she said let him have his own boundaries, like cuz that's really the issue in the relationship is he himself is not setting boundaries with the child's mother. So that's really the issue. And that's why she's saying, Dr. Nicole saying, you keep stepping in. You keep trying to do what he needs to be doing. And it's like I think she kind of misconfused the behavior because she wasn't fighting, because she wasn't like physically touching someone. I'm sitting here smiling. I'm acting like I'm happy. It's all good. I'm doing the right thing now. And like, no, you still missed it.
Right, you
You
still missed it.
still missed
You're
it.
absolutely right, because she wasn't being combative. She thought that she was doing the right thing, and she was like, and even her in her ITM, she was like, Dr. Nicole, let me just have this. Let me just do. No, you're still trying to control this man that is not. You're not going to be able to control. That's it.
Right. And even
Mhm.
so, what really stood out to me was when I think her name's Tanisha or something. She
Mhm.
asked him, what she was like, wait, you're not going to feed me? Because he
Yes.
took the sushi out of plate. I was like, like, I know you're a big man, but don't be, everybody's food ain't yours. But anyway,
Right.
she said, you're not going to feed me. And
Mhm.
then he said, no. And then she said, well, that's good that you have respect. And he said, no, I just want to
No,
live.
that's right.
And so I was like, okay, so you don't respect her. So this is why Shay needs to simmer down and back down a little bit. Because this man is telling this woman he doesn't have respect for you. He just fears you in a sense.
It's against
So
the rules.
it kind of explains why they're in this
Situation.
mess to begin with.
Yeah, it's against the rules. He was saying, no, that's against the rules. That's against the rules. So because it's against the rules, he doesn't want to do it. He knows, oh, I can step on the curb, but I can't cross into the street. So
Right.
yeah, so he doesn't want to go further. So what did you think about their conversation about the her ex and the baby daddy and all this other stuff?
I mean, it I feel like there's different dynamics versus like if you're a woman that's a single mother, it's like you're supposed to do the good thing and build the tribe and
Mm,
be best friends with all the baby mamas and go to all the soccer games and go to all the birthday parties. Or if you don't do that, then you're bitter, you're miserable, you're this, you're
you're
that. So I feel
angry,
like there's a different dynamic, whereas men, they don't get that same pressure
right?
to cohabitate and be, what is that word, civil, I guess, with each other, but it
Yeah.
is what it is.
No, you're right. He's able to go and move how he wants to move, and she's not able to do that. So, what is Stay Tuned review? Go ahead and read it.
I'm not reading that.
Uh
You
oh.
go ahead.
I didn't. All I remember. Let's keep it real.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna get you. Stay tuned.
Lord, I'll drink to that.
Did I miss one? Hold on. Sorry, y'all. Hold on. Hold it. Yeah, I missed. I'm having mouse controls. Okay, I knew I missed one. Sorry, y'all. So First of all, the look on Charlana's face is hilarious. She just looks like constipated or like,
Otis really looks like a Otis here.
yeah, he absolutely does. Absolutely.
He bent over. Look at that old man. Have you ever been to a grocery store and you see the old man bent over on the shopping cart,
Yes,
walking
and
all slow? I'm like, that's what Otis is.
he do look like that. This is the most picture I've seen that he looks just like his father. I was like, wow.
Now, how
His
much
father
is it
now.
for a lottery ticket? How
Yeah.
many can I get?
No, but I want both
They
bodies. I
was
want a
$7
$10 lottery
last week.
ticket.
How they
I got
10 now?
that is so funny. Yes. She said, I'm not reading that. You go ahead and read it. I said, wait a minute. That's how we used to do with you know who. I was like, oh, let me put it down. Let me put it down. I got but anyway, okay, so their assignment was to write down their what they're looking for in a partner, what their needs are. Was it their non-negotiables or what they're really wanting,
What they want more of out of
what they
their
want more out.
relationship.
Thank you, thank you. So she said, you know that this was only like maybe what a 2 minute clip, but this is probably a good amount of footage. But she said she wanted more quality time. They didn't even go over what he said. I even wonder sometimes if the producer said whatever she says, disagree with her because he's like, I hear you on quality time, but and then he starts rubbing his eyes again. But we're together all the time. Like he was just, but aren't we together all the time? And then he called her on it. And because she said, yeah, we're together, but then I mean, not on Instagram and not on social media, like actually spend time together doing stuff. And he said, okay, I'll give you that. So at midnight, you're on social media. I said, y'all just stop with the tit for tat. Just stop it. Just stop.
I listen, I'm still Team Otis. I was Team Otis this whole episode. And I feel like because of the past, because of the history they have, she takes everything as a tit for tat, or like he's trying to get back with her, blah, 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 but or back at her. And I think sometimes you got to ignore the messenger and see if there's a little truth in the message. So I feel
Mm-hmm.
like this was a moment where she could have said, okay, putting our phone down is something we both can
Right.
work on. But she instead wants him to be, it's like she doesn't want to take any accountability until he does.
She wants him to be accountable, and I absolutely agree. She could have said, okay, you're right, I'm guilty of this too, and this is something we want to do in the future. That was our assignment. I'm putting it to myself too, that I'm going to make these steps and make these arrangements to do this quality time. But she didn't. The one and only thing that can the baby is not going to fix their relationship. That's
Just
the
sit,
baby's
go
mom.
ahead and log out for me. Stay tuned because you are on.
And he
Lord.
said ASAP. So, and honestly, they weren't in a lot of clips this episode either. It wasn't a lot with them this episode. Okay. Um,
What she have like? Did she have like a whole bunch of outfit
the outfits.
changes?
Yeah, that's exactly what I was gonna because I was gonna push it to you. I was like, but before I say Misha, you go first because I love to do that. I was gonna say, what happened with this? First, she had a leather skirt on, and then she
It
left
was going
with
back and forth. So I don't
with
know how
glitter
many times
pants
they
with
filmed this
tassels.
scene, but
Right.
it was. I was like,
Like she
okay.
had the glitter pants with the tassels on. First, she walked in with a leather skirt on, and then she left with the. And then did she think that nobody was going to notice?
I think so.
That was I was like, girl, I noticed that right off the bat, right off the bat, and then yeah, because everybody
I kept rewinding. Like, is it me? I thought she
no
walked in
immediate.
with a skirt on.
I noticed it right off the bat. So they went salsa dancing, And I warmed up. I hear what you're saying about his voice, but I warmed up to Tavi on this episode.
He got a little more bass in his voice this episode. It wasn't that high this episode.
Yeah, and just the wearing of the black, he just looked just so mature and he pulled it together. I kind of liked him in this episode. Um, yeah, I think that Shorty was really trying to be evasive, and he's like, "This is our third date, so what's going on here?" You know, and he's like, "This is the time where I'm going to ask you like what's going on," and she really didn't answer his question.
No.
So, yeah, I thought it was cute, but I'm still side eyeing her, and I was really more paying attention to Tavi at this point. So,
I agree. I'm still side eyeing her because there's the whole narrative that she wants to break away from Kenneth and she's afraid to leave him because of what he might do. But then she goes on this date and she says that she feels guilty for having so much fun with him. So I'm kind of confused. I'm like, do you want to be with Kenneth or not? Like, what is there to be feel guilty about if you don't want to be with Kenneth? And if you're breaking him down every episode, what is the point? But I like
no,
Tavi, and it was refreshing to see a man ask the whole like, what are
yeah,
we doing type of question, because it's always usually the female. So
hmm,
that shows me that he is a man of intention. He's not just going to play with you or beat around the bush. So I like him now. It
yeah.
was cute.
And he was even saying, I know you're feeling me, but I also see that you're kind of trepidatious about it. But yeah, so same thing. Because I was like, okay, Tavi, but at the same, I think what's her name? I've been saying this whole season. That's her type. She likes the younger man, no matter what. She still wants to be
True.
that, um, not trophy, but she wants to be that. Feel attractive, and I feel like the only way she's going to think that she's attractive or to that man is to have a younger guy. I don't know, but among other things. So yeah, he was real saucy. I love the all black. He was just, I said, okay, look at Tavi. So yeah, I
I
like.
I agree that he deserves better because I kind of got the sense that Shorty's playing.
Mm-hmm.
Because the fact that you're a whole vibe, that's not really the answer
Not
to
the
the
answer.
question. That's not an answer. So I feel
Absolutely
like
not
she's
an answer.
playing at this point. I agree with Dr. Nicole. She made a comment, which we'll get into with her little sit down with Kenneth, but she said,
Mm-hmm.
Shorty and Kenneth, you both co created this dysfunction.
Yep.
So I think when people come and they want to say, well, she's being abused and she's trying to run from the relationship and blah, 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 I'm like, you can't, like,
Yeah.
it's getting confusing for me.
It's getting
So it's like,
confusing.
you can't really blame one or the other. I think they're both responsible for
Mm-hmm.
what's going on here.
Let's go to this is it right here.
Look
Um,
at
He-
Dr.
But
Nicole.
what's also, I totally agree with you that he has, he's upset with what's her name, Shorty. Now he's like getting really upset with her, but Dr. Nicole, she knows about the stalking and the taking of the bank accounts and all of this other stuff. So that's what she said. Listen, you have a part to play in this, and you have to be accountable for the things that you've done. Uh, but now he's like really starting to, I don't know. I don't even think he's starting to feel himself. I just think somebody put a battery in his back. I don't know if it was his brother. Now he's just not, now he's more mad than abusive. Now he's in a different, he's just in a different mindset. And I honestly, maybe this is the best place for him to be, because before it was her wanting to run. Now he wants to get out of the situation. So maybe he will, and we're seeing in the previews that he's speaking up, and he's making a run for it. So yeah, you both have a part to play, because um she's not taking your bank accounts. Oh, what did you think about when they were sitting there with Dr. Nicole? He was saying, you just now started making more money than me. You you
This it reminded me of what's his name, Gil from Married at First Sight, when he was on. I make $100 more than you. What are you talking? It was sort of I when you're being accused of that sort of thing. I think it is natural to want to react and be in defense, but that's not the thing to say. That don't help the
it doesn't help the situation.
situation.
And the
But
funny thing is, even Shorty came back, and she was like, "Because I could do all of this by myself." And as soon as I was like,
yes,
"Girl, you about to do
when
all this by
she
yourself."
broke down the difference between expectations versus nice gestures, I was like, well,
Mhm.
damn. And she
Mhm.
said, stop looking for extra credit when you haven't done extra.
Yes,
And I can't be mad at
I
that.
can't
I
be mad
can't.
at
I want to hear Kenneth's side,
that. I
because
agree with you
I
that.
really want to know these whole comments about her paying the bills and blah blah blah, him not being husband material. I'm like, did he ever hear this before the show, or did she wait till they got on cameras and start down talking him
Right.
like this?
I
And
start spewing
he
this.
created a YouTube channel, and he's been posting clips of him and Shorty, I guess when they were together. So I felt, I don't know what he's trying to prove. If he's trying to prove like she was there willingly, or she
Mm.
was happy with him. But it kind of, I want to hear more of Kenneth's side from this.
I kind of want to hear more of Kenneth's side, because not only did he say you just started making more than me a year ago, but he also said that I pay all the bills. I pay all the bills in the house. So I don't know if that was right before the show started shooting or what, but he definitely, she's delusional. She was right. She shouldn't say it, but it was true. Okay. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised about that. Stay tuned. Okay, yeah, final one. This is the last one. Okay, so what did you think about Shahid?
Listen, he was giving me like, he could be one of Nipsey Hussle's
Yes,
relatives or something. I was like, is that his like little brother or cousin? I
I
don't
thought
know,
that too. I was
but
like, where's Shahid from? Is he from
I
out
didn't like his get up. The outfit was a little confusing to me. It was a lot of layers, and I was like, but he seemed attractive. Listen, when he told her, like, if I was in that position, I would have made a decision by now.
there?
And I
Hmm.
felt like that's like speaks volumes that Alfonso hasn't made a decision. That's why he's playing games with her, kind of stringing her along. Listen, but I was dying when she said, I don't want no woman with a stroller walking up to me.
Walking up to me, and yeah, I don't want no woman with a stroller walking up. But it's so I don't want no woman with a stroller. Like, you got a 1 year old and stuff like that. But he said he had a baby with a friend. That's interesting because he's 35. He's not
What
too.
brand?
I don't know.
Some people make pacts. Some
Some
people,
people do.
I've known some friends who are like, hey, if you're single and I'm single at
Mhm.
35, we're having a baby together. And
Yeah.
some people, I don't think this was that type of situation, but some people do that and they're fine with that. They just want the child. So
I absolutely know a couple people that have made packs. But okay, I do want to talk about his outfit real quick because I it was a little confusing, and I was like, please at least take off the hat. I said, as soon as he took off the hat, I was like, okay. I just felt a little bit better about the outfit. But I agree with everything he said because men know. They know. Like, and from what I kind of heard, what he was saying is that he knows what he's doing. He knows that he's playing games. In the beginning, he's attracted to you and he may not say anything right away, but I feel like Alfonso, if he should have said something in the first 6 months, but if he knew that you were going to be around. He Men know that if this is the one, so they don't when they feel it, they feel it. So, and that's what Shahid said. He was like, is when I know that this woman's going to be in my life, I'm gonna say something. I'm gonna say something to the mother of my child. I said, I'm really feeling this girl, and I need you to meet her, and I need her to meet my child. So, absolutely, I agree with him on that. And the fact that she has been just go with the flow, and actually taking Alfonso's go with the flow attitude or go with the flow type of mindset, that says something right there. So, um, I did like their conversation, but these are all things that she already knows. These are all things that people have been telling her. These are, so I wouldn't be, it doesn't surprise me if they're going to walk into the sunset, walk off into the sunset together. So, yeah, this conversation, she already knew that.
I think she knew it to a sense, but it was kind of confirmation to hear another man say
Mm.
it, and a
Mhm.
man who is giving fresh eyes to the situation. Because it's different if it's your brother, your uncle, your friend you've been calling and telling about this man who's doing you wrong. But for a man to come in with fresh eyes, doesn't really know anything about your relationship, and say he's playing games, then it's like I think it put like a different perspective for Shay. So I definitely, hopefully she'll get it and listen. I think she is, but yeah,
I think
I
she's
liked
getting
him.
it. I liked him. I liked him a lot. I thought he probably had a good personality. They focused on that part of
Um,
it, but he did. Stay tuned reviews. He did not break the bro code. She needed to hear that. She needed to hear that. And how he's not Alfonso's bro. He's like, I'm on a date, hopefully trying to get a second date. So he's not breaking no bro code. But as we know, or as we've seen, what do you think about the fact that what's her name? Shay is on a date with old boy from New York. She
I
wanted to
was like, get it, Shay. Finally, this is what we wanted to see. I was
go.
like, that trailer was lit. So we have
Mm-hmm.
Shay with Mr. Braids from New York.
I remember his name.
And
I
we
know
have
New York.
Charlana back with Odell Beckham, and then
Yep.
she gonna say to the man's face, "My boyfriend said that you think I'm weak because
Yeah.
you said blah blah." I was like, "Girl, are you slow or what? Like, why? What was the point of saying that to that man's face? If you're not weak, if you're not gonna fall for things easily, what was the point?"
Now I agree with that. Now that's throwing him under the bus. That's throwing Otis under the bus because one, that's not something you tell Odell Beckham. You don't Odell Beckham's baby cousin. You don't tell him that. And and because you thought that I was weak because you wanted a second date with me. What do you think of that? Girl, don't know. That's not what you do. That's not what you do.
She's showing that she's weak in that
Yes.
action by
I,
doing that.
I
That's
agree.
why I'm like, Otis didn't use the wrong word. He was like, if you really, I know weak is a sensitive word, just like aggressive is a sensitive word, but
Mm-hmm.
she is showing actions or behaviors of someone that is weak minded. So, hey, huh?
Miss Creative, we got to take what Shahid said with a grain of salt, or Odell Beckham, baby
No, she's
cousin.
talking about Shahid.
Okay,
Some men will say anything to get with you. I understand that side of it as well, but
but I don't think so. Not in this instance, though. Like he knows what his situation is, and he
he
knows that
spoke a lot of truth.
he did. He spoke a lot of truth. And what's interesting is, I said he's a DJ. I said he's got some education behind him. I just felt like he was articulate, but I don't know.
I know, I'm like, is that, I don't know if that's the only thing he does.
It can't be.
Maybe it was a side thing because it sounded like he started doing that during the pandemic. So maybe it
Mhm.
was a side thing, but I
I
don't know.
agree. That's what I got too. I said he's something else, but he loves music, or maybe he does something in music. I got that impression that he's definitely doing something else besides that. So yeah, y'all, that's it. That's it. What next episode we talked about Shay and New
Shay
York.
in braids, Charlana and Odell
Odell
Beckham.
Beckham, baby cousin. Who
Um,
is? Shorty going out.
Kenneth goes back out with Mimi or whatever her name
Whatever, the
is.
girl from Cali,
Um,
Cali girl.
Shorty's intern. That girl.
Oh, it was her.
Yes.
I thought it was the other girl.
No, it was the one that Shorty knew.
Mm, mm, that's
Hmm.
funny. Who did Shorty? Did we see Shorty on anything? So maybe she's
I
having a
think she went back with to what
Tavi.
Tavi.
That's for date number 4. Yes.
Yes, please bring him back. My goodness.
Bring back Congressman. Call me.
I think she needs a challenge. Like I think that is
Yes.
Carvana's like issue is that she needs the challenge. I feel like the congressman was like too easy for her or boring for her in a sense. So I felt like that's why she's going after the great value Odell Beckham, and it's like
You know, but I think she needs that. I think that she doesn't feel like she could measure up to the congressman. And so she feels like she's going to have to like pull back some layers if she's with the congressman. With Odell Beckham, all she need to walk in with a pretty dress on. That's it.
true. Me personally, I would have been more threatened for my relationship by the congressman. I would have been like, oh, he actually has a chance
Yes.
to like take me from my man. But Mr. Odell Beckham, he's basically told you what he's all about, and you're still like sitting there. So, oh
Yeah.
no, child.
And see, and that congressman, he had just mentally, he had stuff going on. Like he had something to bring to the table, basically. And she's probably thinking, well, what am I bringing to listen? She wants to hang around with Odell Beckham Jr.'s cousin.
See, I'm
And
telling you, it's not all Otis. And I think that's what she's missing. It's not all Otis. You don't need to get an apology or this or that. Like, at some point, she's got to take accountability for the things she's doing as well.
yeah,
So,
I agree. I think it's definitely not all Otis. You do tit for tat, and you don't like what he does, so you want to do this too. And yeah, all of these couples are a mess.
it's a good mess, though. I'm enjoying this season. This season
This
is
one's pretty
good.
good, but at the same time, yeah, all of these couples are a mess. This season was much better than last season. Uh, I guess what frustrated Married
Period.
at First Sight. I'm sorry, I don't know if I'm going to be doing next season. What do you call it? They're in California. We said that we'd be back for California, but
They're in California?
yeah,
Put a ring on it?
no Mavs. Mavs.
Oh, they're in San Diego. You're
There
right.
you go. But y'all, I hated seeing all of these couples. This final episode, or I guess it's not the final episode. I guess the reunion's next week. But I was just like, this is just stupid. It was just stupid. So I don't know. Yeah. I don't, mm, yeah. So that's it, y'all. What did you think? Let us know. Yeah, you were hip to Charlie's game. Okay, stay tuned. Yes, I am. I watched it. I'm on the second round of watching Love on Stage for my notes. And I'm gonna be taking clips down. And I gotta, I really want to do I really want to do a good show for you guys. So I'm gonna be doing Love on Stage. It may take me a minute because y'all know I got a new job, but so hopefully sometime this week I will get part 1 and part 2 of Love on Stage is already out on the app. Please get the Kev on Stage app as soon as I pull all the clips, and I'm gonna try. Yeah, I want to go live because that's what I like, but I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. Thank you so much, AW. But also not everybody has the app, so you guys all know what we're talking about. So that's what my concern is. That's why I'm kind of trepidatious about doing it because not everybody knows what I'm talking about. But it's
Right.
so that's my only concern is not everybody has the app. So thank you so much, Miss Creative. It's I really pray for me. Thank you guys so much. Pray for me. Pray for me. I'm really trying to get this writing and photography going and everything else and the creative side, which is what I love. But yes. So thank you guys. Thank you guys so much. And Misha, what do you got next? What's going on?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't have a lot of time right now. But yeah, put a ring on it. I don't know if I'll pick up on any other shows. I'm in school, working, mommy, all this other stuff. So it's I don't know what I can take on right now, but I'll see.
We're gonna see. We're gonna see. We're gonna have to. Okay, but I am so. But thank you guys because we're gonna see. We're gonna make sure and put some new content out for you guys. So yeah, thank you guys.
Bye
Good
y'all.
night.